without further ado, it's my absolute pleasure and honour to introduce Miss Masami Irene Semi. Semi is a UN youth volunteer deployed with UNFPA in Lesotho as a Youth Skills Development Officer, and she has an inspirational story to set the tone for today. Semi, over to you.
Thank you. Hello everyone. Oh, for me it's the evening, but I understand for you it's a good day. So my name is Masami Irene Semi, as explained there, and I prefer to be called Semi when I'm with young people. And I've always wished to be to work with people on a community level, but I never had an idea that I could be a volunteer whereby I can exercise my skills and share them with other people. Then I saw an opportunity. I took it, and here I am now. I'm a national UN youth volunteer under the deployment of UNFPA as a youth skills development officer. And I like it because it gives me a challenge that I knew that I needed. And I'm now based in the highlands of Lesotho in Tachasnek. I don't originate from this area, so when I first arrived, it was not easy to bring young people together, as I didn't know anyone. Well, I must admit that I deliberately decided to make a fool of myself and stopped almost every young person I met on the way on the streets to inform them about the youth center and the activities that I would like youth in this area to engage in. The youth center is a government entity and it is currently supported by UNFPA. With the activities we engage in, we contribute mainly and directly to the SDGs goal number 3, which is good health and well-being, and also goal number 5, which is gender equality. And in my duty, I have met a lot of young people who have dreams and are aspiring to make a living out of their dreams. For example, I met Ntabile Matahai and Dimpon Lekele. Both of them are boxing players and are passionate about it. They used to struggle to find a place to hold their training sessions, and I offered them to use the youth center hall to train. Also, I encouraged them to recruit other young people to play boxing. So currently on daily basis, they train approximately 23 young people, and 3 of them are girls. Ntabeleng and Dimpo are both some of a few youths who obtained tertiary education. So besides training young people for boxing, together with them we assist youth with their homeworks. Each of us chose a subject which we know that we are good with. So Ntabeleng helps with mathematics, Dimpo helps with accounting subjects, and myself with English. We do this voluntarily. Also, Ntabeleng is volunteering at the youth center to facilitate computer basic skills. Above all, I have discovered that the rate of poverty in this district, that because young people at workshops in great numbers if there is lunch or food provided. I have experienced this incident a couple of times, but on the first day of the workshop, the numbers of youth who attend the workshop are less, and the next day and the following days, the number of youth, they live in numbers, and they know that they find the support that they need at the youth center. All these youth I have mentioned, and a lot of other youth I have mentioned, are volunteering their time to do community outreaches with me across the district. And I have facilitated and trained fairly a number of them. Today, some youths are volunteering their time to do the outreaches together with myself in their respective communities. And also, others are volunteering to do the training sessions at the youth center. We always encourage youth to volunteer their time to disseminate the information they have learned on the days of the outreaches with other young people in their communities. So with the outreaches we have made thus far, we have visited 6 far and hard to reach villages. And currently I have approximately 9 youth who volunteer themselves full-time to do community outreaches. And some of the youth who were trained last year have used the youth center as an opportunity to acquire skills and have already moved on with their lives. I usually say they have graduated from the youth center, but it's a graduation without a certificate, but rather with a lot of new skills. Some are now enrolled in various schools, others have found jobs, and others have started their own businesses. And I heard from them that it is because of what they have learned at the youth center that they do not have to give up on life because of their difficult situations, but rather use the opportunity that were given to them. Also, I've also visited various youth organizations and asked to collaborate with them in increasing and improving young people's knowledge about prevention of HIV/AIDS and prevention of teenage or unwanted pregnancy. Generally, our mission as the youth of Tatasnek is to cap the high teenage or unwanted pregnancy across the district. And for myself as a UN volunteer, I have received a massive support from UNFPA through its continuous trainings on comprehensive sexuality education and for youth skills development officers. The trainings that I have received include training of trainers, focusing primarily on facilitation skills and knowledge sharing for youth volunteers on CSE and sexual reproductive health rights. However, to date, it is still difficult to recruit youth to be involved in voluntary work. Nonetheless, I believe the fact that I have built personal relationships with quite a number of youth works for me. As a result, I always encourage them to bring their friends as they come for the next sessions at the youth center. And also it makes it easier to get along with the rest of the youth because there are no major cultural or communication barriers between us. And with the girls who have been coming to the youth center, we started a girls group 2 weeks ago, and we made it our mission that each of us will come with at least one friend to the session. I also called other girls I met at an organization that looks after young people who are living with HIV. The girls joined us, and now the girls group has grown decisively. In our group discussion, we empower each other and by talking about the girls' issues and how we think we can overcome them. And recently I have made arrangements with the district senior counselor on HIV from the government hospital to engage with us, and she was excited about this group's initiative. So she will be joining us soon. And with the 25% HIV prevalence in Lesotho, and Tatasnek being on 20.9 for people aged between 15 to 49, there is obviously a lot of work that needs to be done. So on my side as a youth volunteer, I'm determined to encourage more youth to volunteer and also work together with other relevant stakeholders. If I had any other choice, I wouldn't want to stop being a UN volunteer. And I hope from being a youth volunteer, I will become a professional that helps others to pursue their dreams and can make a difference in my community. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Semi, for that great story around what you're doing in Lesotho. And we thought it was important today, as we sit in New York, to have that voice from the field directly to us all on the celebration of the National Volunteer Day. Semi will be signing off on the video conference for now. So can we give her one last round of applause before she goes? But we'll be following us on Twitter for those who wish to join in the debate a bit further online. Thank you again, Semi.